This is Dave Espino, and welcome to the Cryptopreneurs, where you get the latest news, trends, interviews, and strategies for new and exciting crypto money-making opportunities. If you like being on the cutting edge of new and exciting crypto-generating opportunities, then follow us as we journey into this exciting world every week. Hey everybody, so welcome to today's very first Cryptopreneur News and Trends. This is going to be a weekly feature where we cover the latest news and trends in the cryptopreneur space. Right now, we've got an amazing opportunity where cryptocurrency is meeting entrepreneurship. And if you love being an entrepreneur, you love the entrepreneur lifestyle, and you also love crypto, guess what? You're in the right place. So today is our very first episode. I'm going to cover some news, some new trends, new information that have to do with making money with crypto, and not necessarily with mining or not necessarily with buying and investing in crypto, but actually being in the game, so to speak. So let's look at our first news story, and that is a major upgrade to Bitcoin just activated, and here's what investors should know. Now, this is the Taproot upgrade that they've been talking about for quite a while. And Taproot is a highly anticipated upgrade to Bitcoin, and it went into effect on Sunday at block 709,632. This is Bitcoin's first major upgrade since 2017, and it will impact the blockchain in a number of ways. Taproot will introduce what's called Schnorr signatures, which will help Bitcoin transactions become more private, efficient, and less expensive. Most importantly, the upgrade will better enable Bitcoin to execute smart contracts on the blockchain, something that Ethereum has already done really well. So Bitcoin is trying to catch up and trying to become more like Ethereum in this sense. What to know about the Taproot upgrade? The Taproot upgrade is a collection of 3 separate upgrade proposals. The first one is smart contracts, as we just mentioned. The most important change from Taproot is the potential for smart contracts. Schnorr signatures can be leveraged to let Bitcoin users execute more complex smart contracts than Bitcoin can currently accomplish today. That's big because one of the key differences between Bitcoin and newer blockchains like Ethereum is their suitability for smart contracts. Smart contracts are digital agreements written in code and stored on the blockchain. They're essential in powering decentralized finance or DeFi applications and non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. Ethereum's smart contract capabilities have in part allowed it to become the most used blockchain. So it looks like Bitcoin is trying to become a more often used blockchain and a blockchain with more user abilities. Compared to Ethereum, Bitcoin has historically been much more limited in accommodating smart contracts, she says. But while Bitcoin likely won't ever be as flexible as Ethereum from a smart contract standpoint, with Taproot, that gap will now narrow. So there's going to be more use cases for Bitcoin as we move forward. This will likely lead to an increase in day-to-day applications for Bitcoin. The second one is privacy. The Taproot upgrade aims to increase privacy for certain transactions. To do this, Schnorr signatures will ultimately allow for multi-signature transactions, or those that involve multiple addresses, to appear as a standard single transaction. Multi-signature transactions are often used to enable smart contracts, among other things. As a result, multi-signature transactions will be indistinguishable from simple transactions, meaning greater anonymity and privacy for addresses involved in multi-signature transactions. And the third one is cheaper transactions. Schnorr signatures would also reduce the amount of data needed for multi-signature transactions, which are more complicated to process than standard ones. With less data involved, transactions will become more energy and time efficient, says Tyrone Ross, CEO of OnRamp Invest, a firm that helps advisors with digital asset management. As a result, transactions will be cheaper to process, leading to lower cost of transaction fees. So looking ahead, Taproot will set the foundation for the next phase of innovation in the Bitcoin protocol, Dowling says. We expect this upgrade to unleash a new wave of innovation in Bitcoin focused mainly on smart contracts. So this is a great move for Bitcoin. Bitcoin has primarily been seen as a store of value as the most sound money, as perfect money, and now it's widening its use case so that we can now have smart contracts, and who knows what that will also lead to as we go on. It's possible that this could lead to Bitcoin NFTs and things like that. Moving on to our next story. Ethereum Competitor soars 150% in less than a week, surpassing $2 billion market cap. A little-known altcoin has more than doubled in value in the past week, while the majority of crypto projects move sideways on their weekly charts. IoTX is the native asset for the open-source blockchain IoTX, a smart contract platform designed to power decentralized apps and connect Internet of Things or IoT devices. The platform is Ethereum Virtual Machine or EVM compatible, giving developers an easy way to port their apps over to the IoTX network. The crypto asset surged from 10 cents on November 8th to a high of 25 cents, representing gains of 150% while surpassing a $2 billion market cap. IoTX is trading at 19 cents at the time of this writing, up about 12% in the last 24 hours. Last week, Chainlink announced it had awarded a grant to Protofire, a blockchain consultancy services provider, to integrate Chainlink oracles into IoTX, says Christian Malfisi, Protofire's Director of Engineering. As Protofire has extensive experience securely integrating Chainlink into multiple blockchains, we expect that the IoTX integration will also be seamless and timely. After the Chainlink integration, IoTX's developer community can start leveraging off-chain services and real-world data to build more advanced hybrid smart contract applications. IoTX is also entering the play-to-earn sector of the crypto economy and recently announced a strategic partnership with the NFT game Place War. This is interesting because it's talking about helping the Internet of Things devices, and we know that with the Helium network being at the forefront of Internet of Things devices, it's possible that these two will be communicating with each other. On to the next story, how League of Ancients is set to become the next huge cryptocurrency game. League of Ancients is set to become the next huge cryptocurrency game, and the gaming industry is big business. The meteoric rise in mobile gaming specifically has led to the deployment of undeniably the most successful business model ever utilized by mobile games companies, free-to-play or FTP. These style of games are still in relative infancy, appearing only 10 years ago, but have already become market leaders, steering the industry ever since their inception. League of Ancients. FTP models earn income by allowing players to use real-world money to instantly unlock extra features known as microtransactions. Through this process, customers can purchase new player designs, infinite retries, or special items, pay to skip a level, or even remove bothersome advertising. Because players are already enjoying the game for free, spending money on perks is an acceptable cost in the value for money equation, and therefore the model is extremely efficient, generating vast income for the companies who created them. However, now with the rise of cryptocurrency, an extra model is being added to the roster with immense early success, and that is play to earn. PTE is exactly as it sounds. These cryptocurrency, or GameFi as they're otherwise known, titles allow individuals to earn cryptocurrencies simply by playing the game. The earned digital tokens can then be used to buy new items or skins, or traded for real-world money. One new game hopes to combine both the best of FTP and PTE while ringing the nostalgia bell of mobile gamers. Its name, League of Ancients. Now, before we go on, I want to talk about how this is an entrepreneurial endeavor, because it's amazing the many different ways that crypto is decentralizing everything. Where before you would be playing a game and you would have to see ads during the game, and that was the way that those games were monetized. Now with cryptocurrency and decentralization, games are being monetized in a whole different way. And the users themselves, the players of the game, are the ones who are going to be able to profit as they play the game. So League of Ancients is the name of this game. LOA is a multiplayer online battle arena game, MOBA, where two teams of players compete against each other on an enclosed battlefield. Players control one character, which usually has a defining set of skills that contribute to and complement the overall team. The goal is for one team to destroy the stronghold of the opposite side. MOBA games are fun and addictive and have achieved enormous success in the industry. Indeed, League of Legends and Defense of the Agents, two, the biggest titles in the genre, have a combined total of 120 million active users. The game is free to play, and players will earn small amounts of LOA, the game's native cryptocurrency, simply by playing and winning matches. As a further incentive, as players progress through the ranks and experience, the percentage of tokens they earn will increase as a reward for continued interaction. This not only gives players a very real reason to return beyond the gameplay itself, but it also encourages them to form strong teams, which could naturally lead to e-sport style tournaments in the future of the project. Furthermore, in order to keep the game balanced, there's no play-to-win mechanic. All NFTs such as skins are purely cosmetic. However, purchasing NFT skins will allow players to activate a secondary mode of the game where they can earn more tokens. There's also one more very exciting component to the League of Ancients NFT skins that will make them truly revolutionary in the DeFi space, and that is fusion. Fusion is the process of combining NFT skins together to create new ones that have a far higher rarity level and thus LOA earning power. Therefore, if a player is able to use the fusion system effectively and create an extremely rare skin, they will theoretically be able to then just play the game with it to earn a serious passive income through the associated cryptocurrency or sell it at a very high value. For the project itself, this will mean a keen involvement in the NFT aspect, which in turn will allow it to generate high levels of profit and grow faster, a win-win for everyone. Understandably, the project is creating a massive level of buzz in the cryptocurrency space, even though the game itself doesn't even launch until Q4 of 2022. The LOA token is set to launch in early December, with an NFT marketplace following shortly thereafter. Indeed, the Discord and Telegram groups alone have over 26,000 and 78,000 members respectively at the time of this writing. This level of engagement at such an early stage shows that the team might truly have something special on their hands. If it continues on the same track, League of Ancients could easily become the biggest game that the DeFi world has ever seen, generating billions of dollars in income and providing countless players with a fun game that can earn them genuine and serious money. And they said games were for slackers. Now, my take on this is it's always great to be ahead of the curve, right? It's always great to be ahead of the trend, and you can now participate in this in many different ways. If you're a gamer, you can participate in the game and you can earn crypto by playing the game. If you're an investor, you could buy the token early, which it sounds like it's going to be launching in the next month or so. You can buy the token early before it really pumps, and you could make some profit that way. If you're a merch provider, you can potentially create merch for the game and things like that. We'll be talking about that in one of the next ones. But there's so many different ways to be able to take advantage ethically of an upcoming trend or an upcoming explosive game like this sounds like it's going to be. Now, as I just mentioned, here is an opportunity for people to sell merch based on a game. So Genshin Impact will let fans make money from selling merch. MiHoYo has confirmed that Genshin Impact fans will be able to create and sell their own merchandise of the game without fear of copyright issues. They've updated their overseas fan-made merchandising guide to clarify that fans are allowed to sell Genshin Impact merchandise, though there are some conditions. Anyone creating light hobby merchandise, such as smaller trinkets, key rings, and things like that, don't need to declare anything to MiHoYo. This is limited to 200 units of merchandise. Any more than that, and creators must send a formal application for approval to the company. On the other hand, any fan-made figures, Nendoroid plastic figures, capsule toys, must be approved by MiHoYo before being sold. Furthermore, any fan-made Genshin Impact merchandise that claims to be official is completely banned, as it is counterfeiting or modifying MiHoYo's own merchandise. fans must also clearly state the words fan-made merchandise on wherever it's being sold. The changes allow more Genshin Impact fans to sell their own custom-made merchandise through sites like Etsy or Redbubble, as well as places like physical stores and conventions. And lastly, many people know this, but in case you don't know it, I want to talk a little bit about Axie Infinity. There's a guild by CGU that helps players enter the fantasy play-to-earn NFT game with scholarships. It's kind of pricey to get involved in Axie Infinity nowadays, and so now there are these companies that invest in the players themselves, give them scholarships in exchange for a share of the returns. So, by playing to earn and learn, our scholars are gaining critical new skills that will shortly be in huge demand by employers setting up shop in the metaverse, says CGU co-founder Sergey Sergenko. Axie Infinity, a monster battling NFT game, has been gaining a lot of traction with over $600 million in Axies bought and sold in the past month. Each Axie is a non-fungible token, or NFT, minted on the Ethereum blockchain. Similar in theme to Nintendo's Pokemon series, Axies come in different rarity types, with varying strengths and attributes, with the strongest fetching very high prices on the game's marketplace. Players earn Smooth Love Potions, or SLPs, by completing daily quests, defeating monsters, and battling other players in arenas with their Axies. SLPs can then be sold in exchange for various cryptocurrencies. Due to the high initial cost of buying, borrowing, and breeding Axies, in-game guilds have formed as of late to fund players' upfront expenses or offer scholarships in exchange for their SLP earnings as they play. One such in-game guild is Singapore-based Crypto Gaming United, or CGU, which has close to 100,000 Discord users and regularly looks for new scholars in the official Axie Infinity Discord. In a statement sent to Cointelegraph, Sergey Sergenko, co-founder of CGU, explained that players are not required to pay anything to start playing. Instead, CGU funds all characters' NFTs costs via a scholarship, which can amount to $4,000 per player. What's more, CGU provides education and mentoring for its partnered players to enhance their cryptocurrency knowledge and gaming skills. In exchange, CGU takes a 50% commission on players' earnings, some of which are issued to investors of the CGU token. Afterward, 5% of earnings go to local management in the countries in which CGU operates, with players keeping the remaining 45%. In addition, the company is currently trialing a pension plan of 3% to 5% for its players as a social security initiative. According to Sergenko, top players earn up to 680 SLPs per day on a net basis after CGU's cut. The game time for top players is around 6 hours daily. Meanwhile, players on the lower end of their earnings can make approximately $120 for 60 hours of play each month. Even this amount surpasses the minimum wage for full-time work in countries such as the Philippines and Russia on a pro-rated basis, where Axie Infinity is very popular. CGU claims to also attract many Axie players from Cuba, Venezuela, Turkmenistan, Myanmar, and African nations. So as you can see, it's big business. If it costs $4,000 just to get in to play this game, the Axie Infinity game, and there are investors willing to fund that $4,000 per player, then you can see that these players can make some pretty good money by playing the Axie Infinity game. And this is just the beginning. We're just at the very beginning, at the very forefront of these play-to-earn games where people can literally make a full-time living by playing them. Now, right now, people that live in some of these other countries, they're not first world countries, they can make a full-time living. It may be just a matter of time before people in first world countries can actually make a full-time living playing these games. We're really at the beginning and at the forefront of the play-to-earn game phenomenon. Well, that's it for today's Cryptopreneurs news and trends. I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to be producing more of these, as well as interviews with cryptopreneurs and cryptopreneur news alerts. So we will be bringing you the latest, the newest, the hottest trends in cryptopreneurship. If you love crypto and you love being an entrepreneur, you're in the right place. We'll see you next time.